Hello, hello.
Good morning.
How is
Hello.
everybody? Let's get some energy going in here. Who is happy to be here?
I am.
I am good. I
Yep,
know I
yep.
am. I'm
We
excited,
can,
and we've got two two new coaches to the pop-up. Kevin Tuhy, he is a coach with a coaching nexus, awesome, and Mitch Schwartz, who is a senior focused realtor as well as an amazing and we are just champing at the bit to interact with you all and share a lot of information and really get everyone amped up and ready as we approach Labor Day. So let's kick off as we let people get in the room. Quickly, 3 pieces of good news that anyone can share with the group. Good news of any kind. Bring it on.
well,
So I
tomorrow I have
received,
my,
go ahead.
okay, tomorrow I'm starting teaching real estate, artificial intelligence in the
Oh,
business school
nice.
that I teach marketing.
Excellent. Okay, so we got a new course that's launching on AI. Excellent. Cindy?
I did get 2 responses to my mailings that I've been kind of diligently trying to pump out there, and so that's kind of exciting.
Yes, and it's even resulted in some listing appointments, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Excellent. Let's get one more quick bit and then we are jumping straight in. Quick bit of good news.
I just finished door knocking for 2 hours. I'm happy to be inside in AC.
By the way, anyone who doesn't know, she is doing that in Houston, Texas area. So I live where it's really hot and I feel like where she lives is hotter. So definitely more humid. So kudos on that.
Well, yeah, definitely more humid there for
You're
sure.
definitely more humid. Okay, so everyone, change your name and add the area that you service. And because today is so interactive, I'm going to be bold and say you guys can even go off mute if you would like. And I also think you could change your name and add your service area. Like Knoka has Wellington, Betsy has Wellington, Cindy, Silicon Valley. So then people that are on here and Uruguay. So if you add your area where you sell, people are going to start connecting your name to where you sell. Haley, good to see you. All right. Who's ready to start? We are jumping in with the pop-up events. As you guys know, we want it to be what? High energy, highly interactive, cover a lot of information. And I want you guys in this next hour to feel as if this hour together could actually impact your business in the next 3 months. Who's on board for that? Show of hands, put in the chat. Throw some 2s in the chat if you are in agreement with those as goals. Sound good? I am going to pass the baton. Kevin, could you give an intro to everyone just so they know who you are and what you do?
Sure. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm actually in New York, and it's 65 degrees here today. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it, which is very unusual for us in August. But yeah, I'm at the Coaching Nexus. I'm a team leader of a market center, 350 agents out here that we've grown quite substantially over the last couple of years. I am active in real estate as well. I do have a small team that I run. Still do some production, keep my toe in the water so I can better assist the agents around. I really focus on leadership, not just leadership in the market center, but leadership in your own business, especially for those people at teams. What would you change if you hold yourself to the same standard that you held your people to? So I just want you to think on that as we go. I'm going to turn it over to Mitch now so he can give you a little bit of his background and we'll go from there.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin and Bridget. So Mitch Schwartz here. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. I have been doing this for 38 years this upcoming December, 3,261 closings as of yesterday. And my business is hyper focused on people over 55. Like I do probates, estates, and people who are older. Why that's important is because seniors deserve more than a sign in your yard to sell their house. And I'm all over it. And I believe in actual lead follow up, which in my opinion is just relationship building 101. And so we're going to talk about that when you join me.
Yes. And I just realized I now qualify and I'm part of Mitch's target demographic. I don't know if that makes me excited or not. However, apparently I am. I'm happy to be here, happy to be in that group. And so, any of you that have known me for any length of time, you know that I could talk all day, nonstop, with fresh content in every minute about lead generation, identifying side leads and leads. So in my group, we are going to dive deep on making sure you identify enough leads to achieve the goal. One of Gary Keller's favorite quotes of mine that I think is underutilized is, until you identify enough leads to achieve the goal, nothing else matters. So if you are interested in really honing in and really digging deep on getting enough leads to achieve your goal by New Year's, you're going to want to join my group in the small group. So with that, and those are the 3 targets today. So growth as a leader with Kevin Tuhy. Lead conversion. Who would love to just have more closings before the end of the year with the leads you already have in your hands? Anyone? Yeah. So, that is Mitch is definitely going to help you do that. And then how many of you are like, I don't even have enough leads in my hands and I really want more leads? You're going to want to come with me. So we're switching things up a little bit in this pop-up, which I promised any of you who've come to many that we're going to keep it fresh by changing things up. We're going in the breakout rooms now. In the chat, I need you to put which room you would like to join: leadership, lead conversion, or lead identification. Appointment setting. Go ahead and get that in the chat. My room was good. Stephanie, you think it was good?
Yeah, it was great.
Good.
I'm excited to start off conversations with happy fall.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Jump in.
I'm still in summer personally, but fall
I
is
know.
what people are feeling right now.
Yeah. And you can make that reference where you can be like, summer's unofficially over because of the Labor Day.
True.
Could we have someone from each group share what your group discussed? Who would like to share the key takeaways? Karen, from your group. Okay.
Our brilliant, illustrious leader, Kevin, who was talking, gave us a really good play, which is write down absolutely everything you do for 2 weeks and then go back and see which things you like to do and which things you don't like to do, and then get rid of the stuff you don't like and find somebody to do it for you. And then also look very carefully at what you're doing so that you can focus your time more effectively, because that's something I really need to do. So that was brilliant. And then we just kind of talked about the only way to expand is to sometimes go out of your market center so that you can get other people to help teach you what you need to do to expand your business. And like the last person brought out was that I don't really care how much money I make in my real estate anymore because I've got 3 or 4 other things that are bringing in money. So beautiful.
It's funny you mentioned that, Karen. I actually know some people that actually their real estate sales team is now their loss leader because it funds some of their ancillary businesses. So yes, that's interesting. I add one step to that great process that Kevin shared with you all. And it's a step at the end of the 2 weeks where I review my notes, and first I laugh, then I cry, and then I shake my head. And then I say I need another cup of coffee, and then I proceed with everything that Kevin said. Yes. But no, it's an excellent exercise to do, and it reminds me that it's been quite a while since I've done that. So thank you for sharing that, because I'm going to do that too.
Can I add a point to that?
Yes.
One thing when we do that kind of exercise, we recognize that the things we like to do typically are the things that we're really good at.
Yeah.
So that does a couple of things for us. It's because we're really good at best one to do that. Are we the best one to make sure that it gets done with the flavor that we bring to it? But more importantly, it illuminates the places that maybe we have gaps, that by understanding what those gaps are, we can choose to either hire to the gap, or if we're not quite in that position yet, we can use for the gap that might not be a people-based thing. Maybe it's technology that will still help us get those done until we can hire to that gap. But it's understanding what that gap is, right? And there's technologies out there for that. I love the fact that things like a conversation on our end, because AI is a tremendous tool. And if we're not leveraging it properly because it doesn't know enough about us, we tend to miss the opportunity when it comes to AI. And AI can do a lot of things for us that we either don't like to do, don't want to do, or can't do, or just refuse to do. And do it.
One quick caveat too, if you do that exercise, don't limit it to just your business. Do it from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, because I'm going to tell you, one of my clients did it one time. At the end, we came to the conclusion that her business was just fine. She needed help at home.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes. I think all 3 of us, because I have had clients face that as well.
I coached a
Absolutely.
client to the
Yeah.
place where it wasn't about her business. It was about leverage at home. And it was much less expensive for her to hire a college kid to pick up her children from school, make sure they got homework done and fix them dinner and start the laundry. It was more economical for her at that point to get that done than it was for her to hire an assistant.
Yeah,
That
well,
Yes.
she told me for the last 3 years she hasn't unloaded the dishwasher. Her husband's done it. So,
Yeah. Well, that's great leverage too.
No,
There you go.
we don't like that
I
one.
don't know. I don't know. For me, husbands are the most expensive, so I might skip that strategy. I am looking for my next ex, if anyone, so okay. All right. Who wants to share from Mitch's group?
We'll call on Mark.
Okay.
Well, let's see. We just got into the AI, which I was looking forward to, so we'll have to carry on with that more. What I got out of it is your friends are your inner circle, how to decide who your friends are in your database and how to relate to them on a more friendly human relationship. We talked all about relationships mostly. A couple notes. A communication is the relationship, and the relationship is the communication. So, would people want to work with their friends or their family or a stranger? They'd rather work with their friends. That was a very interesting concept, too, Mitch, about the friends being disposable as opposed to your family. You would have had to be there to hear that.
I would like to hear that.
And what would I change if I expected the same from one of my employees? That was a little eye opener for me, too.
I loved that question, Kevin, that you posed. And my right hand, Ruby, is here in the room with us. And when you posted that, I thought, Ruby's probably glad she's on mute because she probably almost spat out her coffee and choked on laughter. And I will also be reflecting on that great question.
what would you change if you held yourself to the same standard that you hold your people to?
I like that.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Very good.
Ruby, don't
That's what
choke.
Mitch said.
Okay, good. And then who would like to share from our group? Is there anyone who can come off mute? Oh, you're off mute, Cindy. Would you like to share from our group?
Sure. We talked about the 3 seasonal calls that we can do to try and get connected and engaged with our database, and whether they're folks who are, old leads or orphaned clients or vendors, you want to get in front of them, you want to have those conversations. We spoke about how to decide what to do about folks who are kind of tire kickers, and how to qualify those folks. And we determined that it's, lenders, and kind of putting them on the spot. Like, do you want to meet? Hey, do you want to see these 3 homes that fit your description? And just getting people to commit. And if they're not going to commit, we don't delete them. We just keep them in, and we just keep loving on them, because the conversion rate for those internet leads is about 32 months if they don't convert in the first 3. So you have to just keep on them, right? And then one of the gals, I'm sorry, I don't remember which gal, said that she's got on her whiteboard, she keeps track of her side leads, which are not people, but it's, how many sides of leads that she can get. And her goal is 10 a week. And if she doesn't get them Monday through Friday, she comes in on Saturday and she keeps calling, or she goes to, Lowe's or Home Depot, or she goes downtown just to try and connect with people so that she can keep kind of boosting up her pipeline, sort of thing.
Yeah, she won't let a week go by without identifying at least 10 side leads. So it could be one person that's going to buy or sell, or one person that's going to sell 1 house and buy 2. That would be 3, right? But she makes sure that she hits 10 side leads every work week.
I don't know if my clients would be appreciative of the fact that I have a side lead. Maybe they'd be okay if I had like leads that were sides, but not necessarily a side lead. My clients would be very upset by that, as would my wife, I think, if I had a side.
Way to turn something innocent into something saucy. Excellent. Golf course
Sorry, that's where
applause
my
for
energy
Mitch
was
on
going
it.
with that, I think. I just thought it was funny.
It is. It was funny. You got golf course applause. That's high praise from me. That is a comedic gem there. That was Bob Hope level.
Thank you
I
for
just
that.
gave my age away. Half the room probably does not
Who's
know what
Bob
that
Hope?
means. Yeah.
I liked what Kevin said there about going through a couple weeks there, writing down everything you do, and then seeing what you like to do and what you don't like to do. It kind of related to a conversation we had in our group and Mitch's group about weeding out our database of the people we want to work with, people we would never want to work with. Why am I communicating or wasting my time on them if I don't really want to? I can focus my energy on someone else. So kind of the same thing. I can figure out what I don't want to do and focus on the things that I enjoy so that every day I'm not going to work, I'm doing what I love to do.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that a little bit in our group as well. And Cindy brought up a good point. We didn't get into clarifying it. So I'm not talking about past clients. They fall in a different filter for me. But if you have leads, you met people at an open house or they're an internet lead and they are just awful. And I don't mean giving them a one-time pass, but they are just rude or demanding, or as Mark said, you wouldn't want to work with them. Like you hang up with them and you're like, oh my God, I can't imagine being in a transaction. Go ahead and take them out. You want to be very judicious and err on the side of keeping people in because you want a larger database than nearly every agent has right now. But if you truly have that feeling of, I don't want to work with them, then, and it's a lead, then you can go ahead and set them free to the universe.
Well, can I add something to that real quick to that? So
Yes.
there's been plenty of times because open houses is a big part of my lead generation. And I'll meet people that I feel like they're all smarmy or whatever reason, we just don't connect. Right. What I have in my group of agent friends or other agents that I can refer people to. And if I know that they'll connect differently, say with Mark, I may just actually
Yeah,
refer them to Mark
refer 'em out.
immediately. And Mark can just follow up as if he was the guy at the open house and they won't know any better.
They won't know. That's right. Yeah.
And so take the run. They came in, they started raising their hand. So just let
Yeah.
them run with it. I don't need it. The quicker I can vacate the nasty from my brain, the better.
Correct.
like
Vacate the nasty. All right, someone type that in the chat for me. I like that phrase. That I might need to turn that into a t-shirt. Vacate the nasty.
Vacate the nasty. And that's
rebuke the nasty. I
Well,
love
here's
the word
why.
rebuke.
Here's why. Because if you're desperate enough to work with them, you are going
yeah.
to cut corners because you're not happy with working with them. Communicate with them, and everything you do will feel like you're fake because you will be faking and feigning interest and feigning a belief or whatever you got with
Yes.
them. It will feel and it will be fake, and as a result, the relationship will not be there. They may
Correct.
use you because they can, and you may use them because you want the money. And ultimately, it's going to be like this. And I
Yeah.
got to tell you, after 60 years on this planet, I don't do this.
Nah.
Nope.
No. Well, guess what? We are coming up on the end of the hour, and we do have Q&A after this, but we're going to end the formal session on the bottom of the hour, actually. I did pop in the chat. So many of you might know Corrine Henry. She was a guest on the podcast, and she did talk about a lot of ways that she uses AI, both personally and in her business. We did put a link to that in the chat. We have a few guests in here that have already been on the chat. Roger Nix, Deborah Perlman. Deborah, your episode launched today. So if you guys would like some of the wit and wisdom from Coach Deborah Perlman, go to the podcast to check that out. Ruby, do you have that info screen, or Mitch and Kevin, if you want to put your contact info in the chat, that would be great. So I always like to end with you guys sharing what you're taking away. First, I'm going to ask the whole group, unmute if you can, and just answer all at once. Did you find this hour meaningful and useful?
Yes.
Yes.
certainly, yes.
Okay. And can 3 people give a quick bullet point of what they're taking away from our time today?
I will pick
Okay.
up dialing again.
Excellent.
Take up what?
Excellent. Dialing.
Oh, okay.
The
Work
phone
it to-
is your friend.
Work it till you hit the goal.
Excellent. Yes. Work it until you hit the goal. Let's get one more.
Okay, I'm coming with this is the same on the luxury. I'm coming to people that have 20 years experience that this only happens in the US. So outside the US, nobody has this experience.
And that's
Everybody's
why
remote.
we're always glad when you're here. So I'm glad when you're able to join us. And I hope that it does give you good insight and you're making good connections. And then, because I feel generous, Karen Olson and Jenna, let's have you two as well, because I saw you wanted to share too.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to what I originally said. I just love that thing about taking stock of what I'm doing, making sure that I'm focusing my time wisely and filling in the gaps as a
Mhm.
intelligent.
Excellent. And last one. Can you come off mute again?
Yes, just, focus on building relationships more than anything. And then you will be the top of mind when they have that real estate need. Just be there for them.
Right.
Reaching out with happy birthdays, picking up the phone versus, sending happy birthday texts on their Facebook or platform is nice, but everyone else is doing that. But if you actually pick up the phone and have a personal conversation with them, it sticks
It's
better.
different. Yeah, it's different. And you never know that phone call that you make, the phone calls that you make to people many times are the bright spot in their day. And many times it's the biggest surprise. It's something they didn't expect. And they're connecting with someone, especially with past clients, that is a significant part of one of the most important parts of their life, their home. So if any of you ever have a thought of, I don't want to impose, or, oh, I don't want to bother them, well, any nonsense in your head, cast it out. You're a significant part of the story of their whole life. If they can't talk, they won't answer. That is modern technology. So we're going to wrap up. So I will talk to you guys later and have a great day.
Thank you.